My name is Deacon Collegian. I live at 117 Spring Street in Watertown. We in the Armenian community appreciate the efforts made by the No Place for Hate Committee to raise this issue with the Anti-Defamation League and to question their position, particularly regarding genocide denial that they have engaged in. We heard tonight the statement that the ADL has never denied the great massacres of the Armenians. In the press, Mr. Tarsi stated, we don't deny that 1 million Armenians have been massacred, and yet he refuses to use the word genocide. As a historian, I can tell you, someone who says, yes, many people died, but it's not genocide, that is genocide denial. When Mr. Foxman, the national director of the ADL, says Congress should not be the arbiter of this, by making such a public statement, that is lobbying against that resolution. I would hope the ADL would meet with the Armenian community to discuss these issues. There are several questions that we would need to ask. For instance, Mr. Tarsi says they have not lobbied against the resolution this year. What about before? What about 2004? What about 2003? What about 2000? If the ADL has not lobbied against this resolution, then the question is, why did the executive director of the ADL meet with the foreign minister of Turkey, Abdullah Gül, just a few months ago in the United States, where the stated purpose of the meeting was to generate allies to help Turkey lobby against House Resolution 106. If they are not lobbying against it, why are they meeting with the foreign minister if that's the stated agenda? If they have not lobbied against this resolution, when it's stated in the press, in the Los Angeles Times, that a letter from the Turkish Jewish community was conveyed to the United States Congress by a number of Jewish organizations, including the ADL, and when it states in the letter it was accompanied by a cover letter urging that the Congress not endorse this resolution, that sounds like lobbying to me. We appreciate the efforts being made to try to get answers to these questions, and we hope the Council will take, as members of this community, I hope and we hope that the Council will take appropriate action to make sure that this kind of genocide denial, this kind of hypocrisy between preaching for tolerance and then acting in an intolerant manner regarding this particular issue be handled properly. Thank you very much.
My name is Ruth Tomas and I live on Arlington Street in Watertown. I'm Executive Director of Project Save Armenian Photograph Archives. I am active in town and I am on the No Place for Hate Committee. I happen to be the sole Armenian on the No Place for Hate Committee. Every single member of the No Place for Hate Committee was absolutely appalled at the ADL's position on the Armenian genocide. And I can't tell you how proud I was for that support. And we as a group are determined to carry this issue forward and make a difference. I would hope that Watertown would accept responsibility for being an agent for change. And I think we have the power to do it. We have a strong Armenian community that is out this evening, very emotional about an issue that our own United States government doesn't even acknowledge. Thank you for allowing this discussion this evening, and let's move forward. Thank you very much.
We will now go into our legislative mode for councilors to have their discussion then.
I will fully support this proclamation. Thank you.
I will say that I attended the No Place for Hate Committee meeting last evening, and I was just as surprised at the stance that the ADL is taking and not changing. And everybody that sat there was also surprised and appalled that they weren't accepting anything but that the position they're taking, and that's their position, and I think that's a problem for the town of Watertown. I think by Watertown withdrawing its support for this program, it's sending a message to the ADL. Other cities and towns around here may withdraw their support. I think that sends a very clear message to the ADL that something's wrong, and they need to do something about it. And I will be supporting the resolution, the proclamation.
This proclamation that Councilor Devaney has brought forth is a great step for Watertown and helps Watertown lead this country in opening the doors to the improper stance that the ADL stands for. And I hope that more than just the Armenian community can get together and open the doors for all kinds of people, including the Muslim Americans that were represented here tonight. Thank you.
Town council doesn't usually get placed in a situation where a decision is really trying to affect, I guess, national or state politics of some kind. I will support this proclamation because I feel that we should not be placed in this situation. But at the same time, I would really like to see us reconstitute the program under a different name, under our own sponsorship. I don't think that we need to have a national organization as a sponsor for the program. Thank you.
I will also be voting for the proclamation, but I just want to reiterate again that the No Place for Hate Committee, these people of Watertown who donate their time, had no idea of this. They had absolutely no idea of this association and this denial of the Armenian genocide until recently, and they have fought against it and are trying to do a lot of good in this community. And we do have to, as Councilor Corbett said, come up with another group under a different name and continue the good progress that they've made in other areas.
On behalf of myself and the town council, I want to apologize to what happened to the Armenian community. You've been through enough. To go through this again is wrong.
We have not had this outpouring of emotion for some years. And I want to commend you for coming out and expressing, because when I first entered the chamber this evening, you don't really know how you're going to vote. You wait and you hear what the testimony is going to be. It's not only the ADL in terms of the Armenian genocide that we have to be concerned about, but it's important also that we use our pressure points to change our national leadership so that they, in turn, actually say it's time that we recognize that Turkey did commit this atrocious act. So I will be also voting for this proclamation as well.
Motion that we accept and vote for this proclamation to sever all ties with the No Place for Hate Committee and the ADL.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Marilyn Devaney,
Yes.
John Donahue?
Yes.
Andrew Canellis? Yes. John Long?
Yes.
Steve Romanelli?
Yes.
Mark Sideris?
Yes.
Steve Corbett?
Yes.
Todd Younger?
Yes.